One of the worst and most dangerous positions anyone can find themselves in, mentally and financially, is when they've worked for many years, made sacrifices, saved up a sizable amount of money to begin the journey of wealth creation, and then watch all of that money vanish into thin air. Not because of bad luck, but because of bad decisions. A few days ago, 2 messages came in, different people, but both had the same problem. The first person is 22 years old and has saved the equivalent of about $10,000. The plan? To invest in a low-cost ride-for-hire business, hand the vehicles over to drivers, and collect monthly returns. The second person has saved around $3,500. His idea? Buy a used car, hand it over to someone, and expect stable weekly returns. Both people had zero business experience in those areas. No background in transportation. No management experience. No system in place. No backup plan. The number one mistake most people make when entering the investment or business world is this. They invest in things they don't understand. Not understanding the daily operation. Not knowing the risks. Not knowing the type of people involved. If someone has worked in that space for years, understands how the roads work, how drivers think, how the authorities behave, and how to manage the grind, that's a different conversation. But for someone completely green, it's financial suicide. In fact, if there's any industry that will humble anyone fast, it's logistics and transport. Because if you're not fully involved, it will romance your money and leave you broken. Mistake number 2. People fall in love with presentations. PowerPoint is a liar. Every business looks amazing in a pitch deck. The forecast is always profitable. The projections always show growth. Until reality hits. There were hotel owners who started in 2019 with brilliant plans. But the pandemic came. By 2020, their rooms were empty. Did they plan for that? No, because they only looked at the upside. Wise investors ask the hard questions. What can go wrong? What's the worst-case scenario? What factors can destroy this business? Only when the downside is understood and managed should a decision be made. And then the third mistake. People start getting money and completely neglect personal growth. Go and check most successful business people who started without formal education. At some point, they got trained. They either went back for executive programs, brought in consultants, or surrounded themselves with skilled professionals. You cannot afford to be building a business and remain intellectually poor. You cannot invest your life savings, but refuse to invest in business knowledge. Never place a bet on a system that has your entire financial future in it, but refuse to bet a fraction of that amount on your own personal growth. Now pause. If you followed this video this far, you're not average, because the average person would have scrolled away by now. So if this is hitting deep, and you know this is the type of fire you need every week, don't just scroll past. Like this video right now and hit subscribe. That's how we keep feeding you with this kind of raw clarity. To everyone out there planning to start something big, learn before you leap. Understand before you invest. Build yourself while you build your wealth. And as always, if you want to grow smarter, earn bigger, and win faster, then like, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep building.